Ladies and gentlemen, we took a week off to come back better than before, and you can clearly see why a week off was needed. Mm-hmm. Your brother has moved.
Then change location.
Change locations. We're not. Obviously, I'm not done unpacking. Really, I don't have these boxes yet. We did pods, like big crates almost, where we packed stuff in. We got the first one the day we moved. The second one came recently. There's still boxes in there. Maybe I have stuff in there. But at the very minimum, we still have a third one coming where I should have more stuff. Like the displays, more posters, all my Power Ranger toys to decorate here. I've got a lot to talk about, obviously, because a lot happened in my life the past, 2 weeks. But before we get into me, we got to get into my best fucking friend, Avillion Talks. Jacob, how you doing?
Been a little stressed. A little stressed. Mm-hmm. We got an audit at work this week. The reason I'm stressed is because we failed it miserably last year, and we have to pass this year, or else the company will shut down. Because of how badly we failed last year.
Jesus.
And, see, I thought we had prepped pretty well, but somebody in my department got fired today because they weren't following procedure, and I think somebody else might have also gotten fired.
Shit.
And because and something major must have happened there, because there were people around her desk for 2 hours today discussing what went down. Now, the auditor didn't fail us immediately because she was still going to other departments after that. So I don't know if it was bad enough for her to fail the company eventually, but I will be out of a job if we fail this audit.
Then you'll just have to come to Texas and find a job here with me and Gabe. You gotta be the medium point. You gotta be in between.
Yeah. Well,
obviously, I'm joking, but
my immediate thought was there's no shot of me being out on the street or whatever. My mom's 40 minutes away, my dad's an hour and a half away. If I need to live with somebody, I can. Right. But if I lose my job, I lose the cats. 100%, I lose the cats because my mom is deathly allergic. Not actually deathly, but in terms of I have to grab clothes fresh out of the dryer before I go to my mom's house, because if there is any kind of dander on my clothes whatsoever, my mom's face will puff up. It's that bad. She can't have cats in the house. She'd be miserable. So, yeah. So we need to pass this audit so I can keep my cats. And so everybody else at the job can maintain their lives too. So, but yeah, at least one coworker fired today. I don't know if anyone got fired in any other departments. There's always a shot. And it might have been 2 people in my department fired. Somebody else went home early. I don't know if that was by choice or because she got let go. So, not ideal. I didn't get fired today.
That's what's important.
I'm still here, but definitely some, little scary stuff. I don't want to be unemployed. I mean,
no, nobody does.
Now, granted, being employed sucks, but being unemployed sucks even more. So it's
yeah,
there's no winning here. But there is losing. That's being unemployed.
I had a good several month stretch of being unemployed. No real stress because I was with mom and dad, but I mean, just it's even without that stressor, it still sucks.
Yeah.
So adding that on.
Beyond that, I don't know that I have a whole lot to report on my end. I got sick, I guess, in the time that we were gone. I got a really bad sinus infection. I've never even had to get antibiotics for a sinus infection before. This one's so bad, I'm on round 2 of antibiotics.
God damn, because you were sick right before last pod.
Yeah.
With the flu, I think, right?
Well, for what felt like, that might have also been a sinus infection for all I know, because this one felt like the flu too. This one was really bad. But, first I got some Z-Pack, and that didn't quite do it, so now I'm on amoxicillin. But yeah, 2 doctor's visits and now 2 rounds because when I finished the Z-Pack, a few days later, my cough started getting worse again, And then this past Friday, I woke up that morning with a lot of like phlegm buildup, and I'm like, well, this is bullshit. So I went back to the doctor. I'm like, yo, I need more stuff. So they gave me some amoxicillin. Uh,
More.
so good. I feel good.
More.
Um, but I hate being sick. It's bullshit. That shit
Mm.
sucks. I don't like it. Like what the hell is happening? Where'd I
Hello?
go? Okay. I hate when it does that. I
Yeah.
gotta click the Discord icon and click it again on my taskbar.
Well, luckily, that it doesn't affect the video anymore.
That's good.
Because
Uh,
it's just over here on this end now.
but I think that's it for me. So give us a rundown on the. But there's obviously been a lot here in the last couple weeks. Fill these fine folks at home. I know
Jeez.
the gist of it, but
So much happened. I'm like almost spacing on like what I need to remember to even bring up. But I'll actually start with this. I started journaling again. Like right as the move started. So I got a dream journal here.
oh, hell
Wake
yeah.
up, mark down the dreams, which have been like half of this is just me being like no memory of dreams. I don't remember what happened last night. But then I also now have a daily log. It says daily log. No, it's not a diary. And then on the back, it's a diary.
Diary.
But let me just see if I can. So there's two different stories I really want to tell. There's the Switch 2 saga, which was like driving me up a wall, and then there's everything that's been going on with the move. I'll start with the move. I'll do the move. So we move. We get here with all of our stuff, and they're still doing like the flooring in the house, so we can't actually like set anything up in the house, essentially. So we just unpacked everything in the garage, and after it getting really tense in the house amongst family members here, we ended up staying at a hotel for 2 nights. The first 2 nights here, so just sleeping in a hotel, which is not the best. But I did actually end up getting a room to myself,
Oh, that's good.
which was really good.
I'm a firm anti-hotel. Like I hate hotels.
Yeah, they're not the best.
No.
But yeah, so they were still doing the flooring, which I had thought they had done like weeks ago. That's how my parents made it sound to me. Not the case. So not being able to actually do anything in the house caused tension between my parents. And the biggest piece of tension was setting up the Wi-Fi. Fucking, what is it called? Starlink. Big Musk Daddy fucking internet. Which setting up the dish and getting everything ready took more than 1 day. And I thought was going to either take my parents' marriage or my dad's life. That is one of the few things I did update in the group chat about, because I was like, this is insane.
Yeah. Well, he recently got into a big feud himself. Maybe he was just wanting to spread the love.
I guess, dude. He had his own lover's quarrel. Well, this was first. This happened first.
Okay, maybe this was the prelude. You know,
He was like, you know what? That's a good idea. But no, crazy things came out of my father's mouth during this move. Insane things. I didn't even say everything to you guys. I just shared the highlight. I shared that's probably number one. That was probably at least it's the one that I thought was the dumbest.
Yeah. Other things that I wouldn't want to ever say to my wife. Yeah.
No, I'd say to my wife, say to my son. Just don't say that shit. But yeah, just unloading all the furniture. But eventually, after a couple days, the flooring's finally done, and we're able to finally set up in the house. Still got more to come, but the setup here is mostly done, just besides a couple more consoles coming in, gaming consoles coming in to wire up, but it's mostly done here, and dude, I fucking love this setup. I got 2 monitors here, a TV above it, and then, all the consoles going into this HDMI splitter, so I don't have to, undo wiring. I can just click in between each one, And then mini fridge to the side with drinks and snacks. PCs obviously here. It's a nice setup. Right now the only shelf that's done, even though this will get redone once everything comes, is like 80% Pokemon. There's like Power Ranger stuff at the bottom, some Amiibos down there. But right now that's about it. This would definitely be this would be the shelf that I record against. Like this will be the backdrop. There's also the windows right here. Nice sunlight. I was able to get some posters up above the bed. I wanted that Mario Kart up one for when I streamed Mario Kart World.
Shout out.
Yeah, just got more stuff coming. More disc plates for posters, Power Ranger toys, more game consoles. I still got to get the Wii U in here, which would be huge. Because I can start streaming Wii Vault again. And then the PS5 I need to come in because right now it's going to be my DVD player. And I'm ready to start working on the next Too Soon video, going over the show Constantine. Let's see, anything else about the move? I feel like that's it. This standing desk is so nice, by the way. Being able to alternate between the two. Right now I'm standing, you know, at a moment's notice. Probably halfway, dude.
Why are you dropping the pass protection?
Dude, I'm just ready. But yeah, probably halfway through the pod, I'll probably drop down to sitting level. But it's good because it has like, you can like save, it has like 2 saves for heights. So you can just be like, alright, I've already got the height saved for what I want. Let's see. That's it for that. Switch 2.
That's a saga right there.
Holy fuck. Literally, I have multiple like promises I didn't follow through in this diary here because I kept being like, if the Switch 2 doesn't come tomorrow, I'm gonna kill myself. And then the Switch 2 didn't come tomorrow, but I didn't kill myself.
You didn't kill the Walmart either, unfortunately.
Dude, hey, my life's not over with yet.
YouTube, this is not a threat of violence. It's a promise. No,
Oh my god, dude, no, but Walmart hoed me. So I didn't, you know what, I didn't tell y'all what was happening when I got the email about, okay, so I went to go get a massage, the Friday before the move. Yeah. This would have been, not this last Friday, but the Friday before. So he takes me into the room, he's like, alright, I'm gonna step outside, you can get undressed, and then we'll get started. As I'm undressed, I just like happen to look at my phone real quick and I see the notification for an email about my Switch 2 pre-order being canceled.
And you're just butt booty naked.
I was like in my underwear essentially.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Less than a week, 6 days before the release, because it was that Friday, and then it came out, it was going to come out that Thursday. So less than a week before the fucking thing comes out, they're like, oh, by the way, we canceled your pre-order. Excuse me? I freaked the fuck out. I couldn't relax, and I've been going to that massage guy for like a couple years at this point. He's the bro. Yeah. So he was super nice. I was like, hey, just reschedule. I'll tell him it's a family emergency so they don't charge you anything extra, and we'll reschedule. That's gonna be this Saturday. This Saturday is the reschedule from that. Boy, do I need that fucking massage. The stress of that, the move, work. Yeah. I'm ready to get fucking rubbed down by a fucking big boy, dude. Yeah. But anyways, I was stressing. So just in the fucking parking lot out there, I'm calling Walmart customer service. I had to call them 3 times. The first lady, ma'am, you need a career change. I don't want to be rude. You didn't know what you were doing on the other end. I'm not trying to be rude to you. I don't think you understood what I asked or what I said or anything. Because I said, like, hey, my pre-order got canceled. And all she could say was, like, oh, it's not for sale yet.
It's a pre-order.
I pre-ordered it. That's what that means. Yes, I get that it's not available this moment. I pre-ordered it, and it was canceled. What's happening? Yeah, so it's actually not available because it's not out yet.
Man.
What? But eventually, you know, I got to this one guy who tried to help. I could tell was genuinely trying to help, but pretty much all for naught. So I'm panicking. So for a couple days, I'm panicking, being like, oh, fuck. Because my whole heart has been set on streaming the Switch 2. Because in my head, dude, every video I put out and every stream I do, in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe this is the one that blows up. You know, in the back of my head for every little thing that I do. But I was like, man, day of Switch streaming, it's going to be oversaturated to a degree, but at the same time, there's going to be enough people curious. Maybe, you know?
Your core audience, you know.
Yeah, especially there's good overlap there. Even if it's not new people, if they've just subbed at any point, that day they're like, let me tune in. And by the way, a big stream for me is 8 viewers.
Yeah.
That's a record break. It's not record break. The most I think I ever had at one point was like 12 or 14 during that Pokemon, that Fire Red one. But if I had 8, I would have been hyped. If I had 3, if I had like 2, dude, honestly 1. But like high hopes for me was like 3 people chatting in the chat, like around the same time. I would have been ecstatic. But anyways, so I'm like freaking out. I'm like, how am I gonna get a Switch 2? I call like different Walmarts and GameStops to see like, could I pre-order through you right now, or are you gonna have stock available like on release? And essentially, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to probably wait at midnight at a store to try to get one. Because I was told that the day before it releases, I could try to pre-order it again through Walmart. I was like, fuck out of here. Because that's like if supplies last. So I was upset. But then, as we're moving, I think I'm at a coffee shop. I was editing the Nuzlocke video that should be coming out maybe 2 weeks. That video got totally like put to the side during the move and Switch 2, obviously. It probably would have been done by now if things were different, but I was there editing it, and as I'm about to like leave, I think I got the email that they were like, hey, we messed up on our end. You can pre-order now, but it was going to come Saturday instead of that Thursday. And I was like, fuck it. I just need one. Fuck it. I don't really want to wait at midnight to maybe get one. I'll take the pre-order. Come Saturday, whatever. I was thinking midday Saturday. That's probably going to be when most people are wanting to watch streams of it anyways. Yeah. That's when, most people are going to be free. So I was like, cool. Yeah. So I do that. I pre-order it, and I'm like, sick. Funnily enough, then like all my pre-orders for all the accessories went to my old home address, which I knew was going to happen. But I was able to get this one to here, which I thought was a blessing. I think it ended up being a curse. I probably would have gotten it faster if I had to go to the old house. Because it said like, all right, it'll be there Saturday by 9 p.m. I keep waiting all day. I couldn't help it. I just kept staring out this window all fucking day, waiting for somebody to come. Either at 9 p.m. or like an hour before, when it was like, should arrive by it. Then I got a text saying, oh, hey, it's been delayed. It's not coming today.
Ay.
What the fuck?
What are we doing?
That late? There's no way you knew that was the moment you knew it wasn't going to come. Y'all definitely knew well before then it wasn't going to come that day. But you didn't say anything. So I was upset. Because I could have been editing that video, honestly. I could not think of anything else besides getting the Switch 2.
Certainly.
So I'm like, shit. Fuck. So I'm like, alright. Can't do anything about that. So I'm like, alright, it'll come tomorrow. Since it was delayed, it was supposed to be here today, maybe it'll come early in the morning tomorrow. I don't get the Switch 2 that Sunday until 5 p.m. Walmart put out a thing for like, hey, pre-orders for the Switch 2 expected by 9 a.m. That's what they were promising. Like that Thursday, 9 a.m. is when our customers are going to be getting the Switch 2. And I was a part of that. I pre-ordered the night you could. Like I stayed up to pre-order the Switch. So I went from should be getting it that Thursday at 9 a.m. to getting it that Sunday at 5 p.m.
Yep.
Another layer of this is that I had requested off work that Thursday and Friday to do all these streams, to just be streaming the whole weekend. Obviously, shit happened. So I was able to change that Thursday to this past Monday. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have had like any time to do anything with the Switch 2 had I not done that. Because it would have been Sunday night, I go to work, and I have to leave here at like 5:30 in the morning to get there. And setting it up took a minute, with data transfers and all that. But anyways... And by the way, doing that last minute time change for when my day off was like affected my timesheet at work today, so I was having to like try to fix it, and my manager was kind of on me a little bit. He was nice about it, but it was like on me a little bit about trying to fix it. So it caused a little bit of a mess at work as well. So thank you, Walmart. I was so pissed. And I updated the group chat every chance I got of what was going on. I was sending messages and threats to Walmart via the group chat. because I was so pissed. And because I was stressed out about the move. Part of me was just like, God, I just can't wait to get the Switch 2 and relax and play it. God, and then it just kept getting delayed. Like, here was stressful with the move, with the people in the house. And I was like, fuck, just give me the Switch 2 so I can relax. And it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. So much unnecessary stress from all that. And, I didn't show y'all this. Here, let me text you a picture of it right now. Let me show you how the package for the Switch 2 was placed in my house, at my house. Where is it? Okay, I just texted it to you right now. They put it in the worst spot they could. Let me know when you see it.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. So there was
What?
Okay, so people I know! I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding. I was like, what an exclamation mark to this whole Walmart fuck up.
Yeah, dude, it looks like it's like barely hanging on.
It's not parallel with the beam. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know if this will show up properly. No, I don't think it will. But those, at construction sites, you'll see these, usually it's two of them apart from each other that you put something on top of to act as a table. But it was just this one beam with legs on each side to support itself, and they just put it half on that beam, and it could have just fallen over very easily. Brother, you could have just put it on the ground. That would have been better.
This was definitely the customer service lady that was telling you,
Dude, I watched the guy walk up. I couldn't see where he put it, but I did watch him walk up, and I was like, I'm gonna wait for him to leave because I don't want to be awkward, but I'm grabbing that as soon as I fucking can.
Just here, bro, bam, take it,
bro. If I had seen him do that in real life, I would have been like, dude, what? I wouldn't have yelled at him, but I would have been like, come on, man, what are we doing?
What are we doing? I can't believe, regardless of the contents of the package, and there should be some kind of fragile or some bullshit on it.
I don't even remember if there was, but yeah, regardless, that's just a dumb spot to put it.
That's it. What's the thought process?
None. I saw him walk up just carrying it like this as well. That's like, bro, you don't know what's in there. If that thing breaks, I'll fight you. I'll put some shit aside. I'll take out all my Walmart anger on you, dude.
Oh my! I saw a video today of somebody beating the shit out of their Switch 2 just for content. The caption was how your little cousins act when when you're forced to share at the family function, and it's him taking a razor and scratching the shit out of it, and beating all the buttons up and shit. It's why did you excuse me? Why did you buy this just to you could have given that to somebody. Why the fuck are you buying this brand new console just?
You're just gonna see refurbished, repriced, relisting somewhere.
Oh my god, that's so fucking stupid. That shit pisses me off so bad.
Yeah, and I read an article about I think it was in Staten Island, one GameStop, the way they stapled receipts punctured the screen of Switch 2s, and I was like, how does that happen? And I opened the box, and the screen is it's a thin piece of cardboard, and the Switch 2 is just laid right under it. You just open the flap. There's nothing over it, and I was like, well, dumb to staple it into a console that you don't know what the box inside looks because you don't know what you could be stabbing into. Also, a dumb placement on Nintendo's end to put it like that.
No padding at all, just a thin slice of cardboard.
But we got it. I fucking love it. It's awesome. I've had a lot of fun playing it. But the streams, I don't know if it's been the internet or my computer just can't handle streaming the Switch 2 or what. But I had some laggy streams, and one I had to cut short. So even the stream part that I was looking forward to didn't quite live up. But
you're also playing Pokemon Violet, so performance issues are to be expected.
It looked pretty good, man. Actually, that was the game that caused issues. It was just the Pokemon when it all started. But I was like, maybe it's because I'm multi-streaming because I did it to YouTube and Twitch. Fuck Twitch. I'm just gonna do YouTube. Fuck it.
Did that help?
I think so. I don't think I had any issues to that degree after, but I think it helped. I don't think it cured it. But yeah, so now after this, I'm gonna sit down and make a 1 day with the Switch video. I'm gonna do 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and if those do well, then maybe a 5-year video talking about it. But I'll probably just make some bullet points, do quick recording on this backdrop. But yeah, spoiler alert, I've had a lot of fun. Got a bunch of different games for it, just so I could have variety here on the channel. Yeah, can't fucking wait to keep going. Gonna make a stream schedule too. Now that I'm here, settled in, I can start streaming. I'll have to check the boxes that we have. If I have the Wii U, the stream schedule will look something like Pokemon Violet, whatever Wii game I'm playing. I think I'm going to do Wind Waker on the channel because that's the Game Boy, the emulator that Nintendo has on its system. Once I get the GameCube controller that I was able to order, whenever that comes in, I'll do those 3, maybe another game or 2, and then once this video, the Nuzlocke recap is finished editing, then we'll do Gen 3 Nuzlocke, baby. I would guess 2 weeks. I would say I know I said that earlier, but now I'm not moving and having a Switch 2 on the way, so that I think I'm more concretely say probably 2 weeks. That video should come out. That's it for me in terms of that regard. But let's kick things off. I wanted to kick the first stream off here. Right. Here we go.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Splattered on the floor.
That was really good.
Where's the... All right. Okay. That's the big intro done. Big intro, main segment, all in one. But I did have one thing I wanted to discuss with you. Just a more fun little conversation to have. Because I've seen a lot of discourse about this. People have been posting, this is the comic book Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Disagree if you want. What it is, it's Superman, it's Batman, it's Spider-Man, and it's Wonder Woman.
Right.
And people are very heavily arguing the Wonder Woman one.
Of course they are.
And I will say, it's compounded with sexism. But there are points that aren't. But obviously I don't think it would be as big a discussion if it was a male character there.
Yeah.
Because I'll say, like, Wonder Woman has been, like, let down a bit in terms of, like, representation in other media recently.
Yeah. Like comic Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all encompassing for the characters.
Certainly,
is how people are presenting it. Because everyone's like, take out Wonder Woman, put in the Hulk. Take out Wonder Woman, put in Wolverine. Those are like the 2 more popular ones people are saying. And it's just like, no. That's the 4. That is the correct 4.
Yeah.
Because the one comment that people keep saying is like, name a Wonder Woman villain. And it's like, what? First of all, like, Cheetah is cool, Ares is cool, but like,
Cersei,
yeah, Cersei, that's a great one.
You got options.
There's 3 solid ones there, but then I was thinking to myself, I'm like, name like a Wolverine villain, and it's like Sabretooth, and then it's like that's on par with Cheetah, and after that it's like him sharing villains with other X-Men. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't have a unique enough rogues gallery himself for people to be arguing. And then it's just like she represents like an entire gender in the comic book industry, and has been a big inspiration to all female characters after her. Like, she obviously belongs on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Now, if people were arguing their personal Mount Rushmores, fucking totally different conversation, obviously, because that's not my 4.
Whoever you could put fucking. You could
By the
put
way,
Condiment Man in your Mount Rushmore. It's your Mount Rushmore.
Because I went through this whole thing. My Mount Rushmore would be the exact same, but I would swap out Wonder Woman. I would put the Flash in there. That's my guy.
And that's fair. Like, I think he's certainly got a place, like, arguable.
He's on DC's Mount Rushmore. He's that 4th one after the Trinity.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can't argue out Batman or Superman or Spider-Man, I think, in any capacity. I think that's like...
It's funny.
I wouldn't rate Wonder Woman too heavily. Like, that'd probably be my 4th.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's funny because it's like people have said like Batman is the face of DC, but Superman is also like the face of superheroes at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I think is a fitting thing, but also just kind of funny because it's like they're in the same universe, but somehow that happened and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, but man, I can't wait for Superman.
I'm
the
so
movie.
Excited.
Fuck,
I've
dude,
seen a lot of, and it's, them. You know who I mean when I say them. Not please. Just finding every excuse possible to already not like this movie for them. hating this movie. You know who them is, right?
Dude, I don't even.
You know what I
The
mean by
Snyder
them?
fanboys?
Yeah, exactly. See, when I say them in regards to Superman, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Someone was
It's
like,
so
why are
fucking
so many
annoying.
racist uncles just obsessed with the Snyder Superman?
It's so fuck like. I think I sent this video to the group chat where this guy was like, to complain with like people were like, I don't like the trunks, or like, oh, Superman's too nice. I like it's like you don't like Superman,
No.
and yeah, you don't fucking like. If
Dude,
you
I
don't
need
like
My
the
Adventures with Superman
fucking,
to come back.
that's such a good show. I haven't finished season 2. I have to go back and finish it one of these days. It's so
Dude.
good.
Also, this wasn't a plot twist to like in terms of the story, but Jimmy Olsen not being gay,
Yeah.
huge twist to me, which I loved. I was like a flamboyant person who still likes women, because maybe he's not straight, but who still likes women. I feel represented.
Yeah. So it's a white man with a little sauce.
Well, this Jimmy Olsen's a little, I think, Indian man with a little sauce.
Never mind. Well, yeah, I haven't watched the show in forever. But no, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember him being a person of color, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, the whole like if you don't like the trunks on the outside, you probably just don't like Superman. That's like you can just admit that you don't like Superman. You don't have to make Superman not Superman to justify liking Superman.
And hating the trunks is the thing. Because even if you have a preference for them not being there, or you like the costumes that don't have them as much, that's fine. I like the camp.
That's what Superman is, though. He's camp.
I like the camp, so I like the trunks.
So, like, I get it, like, on a personal level, but if you don't, like, if you see Superman representation, you're like, yeah, the trunks shouldn't be there. You don't like, it's okay for you to personally maybe prefer an outfit that doesn't have the trunks on it. But if you get a vitriolic reaction to seeing the trunks, you just don't like Superman. I like Superman.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this movie.
I'm so excited. I'm so fucking hyped. Just gonna do my best to see it that opening weekend.
Because Crypto just looks like a normal dog. Some vicious fucking like. Well, what the fuck do you want him to look like? He's a dog.
Yeah, I like James Gunn's response. He's like, he's an alien. He doesn't look like how he should. He's an alien.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I think it's that Crypto is specifically more based on at least like the breed he chose after a dog. I think James Gunn had.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
that's what they were mad about. They're calling it like DEI dog or something because
self-insert like, dog.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I would do.
100%.
I don't think I could do it with Dirk in Crypto, but Ace the Bat Hound would be a fucking lab. Like that's the because you could get away with that because it's black. The coloring it makes sense.
Selena Kyle would have a Bowie and an Onyx if I was in charge of designing her apartment. But whatever. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Superman. I'm excited for Fantastic Four.
Super Fantastic. That's what Pedro posted on his story.
Super Fantastic Summer.
Dude. And I'm seeing How to Train Your Dragon this weekend, Saturday. Excited. I've heard it is just like shot for shot.
That's what I've been seeing. Like that's certainly what they've made it look like. Like this seems like the most faithful live action remake I've seen in a while.
Yeah, because I was watching one guy say like, this really I was already had this stance, but this really made me solidify it that I just never want live action remakes because this is shot for shot, and I was annoyed that it was shot for shot. And he was like, and I complained about this other movie changing things. And I complained about it for that, but I'm mad at this one for being shot for shot. He was like, I already had this stance, but I just don't want live action remakes. Yeah, and I'm like, I
don't think they should exist, but like, I get it.
I'm more. I would say I'm okay with it. I'm never gonna like advocate for a movie to have one, but if it comes out and I'm like, you know what? Like I said, I don't care about people being like, hey, I really like this thing. I kind of want to see what it looks like in a different medium. Totally. Like I don't have an issue with that. It's like re-releasing a book. Yeah. Or like it's just kind of how I view it, where it's like because it's I don't know with actors and stuff, it's not as like one for one of like re-releasing a book or updating translations or modernizing text in a book. But
I don't think I've ever heard anybody advocate for a live action. Like I don't think anybody's ever woke up one morning and like, man, you know what I could go for? Live action Pocahontas.
I'm willing to bet that after the first live action movie, like there have been people who are like, oh, I would want this one done. I don't think they're popular or that loud about it because it's the unpopular opinion, but there's definitely people out there.
Maybe when it was still a new thing and like the novelty of it was still alive, like, oh, we get to see this on the big, like what it would look like if it was real people for the first time. But like after like 3 of those movies came out, it was probably like
because Jungle Book was. I don't remember having any problems with Jungle Book. That's the only one I've seen.
I mean, I haven't watched it forever, but I didn't have any issue.
Granted, I would have been whatever age I was when that came out, and I think that was like the first one Disney did.
I don't remember anybody hating that, and like nobody talks about it now as like the blueprint for terrible live action remakes. So I don't think it was like bad. Nobody talks about it though in general, so I don't know. It's kind of whatever.
I need to get like house slippers. I have like the big ram horns ones, but I need to get like some legit ones because standing on the hardwood just after a while, sometimes it's it's a little like, all right, time to sit down.
I get it.
Although I think the shot is better. The shot is funnily enough, the shot is better. I think right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Just because it's less wall up there, you get more here.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I did get some new hats as well that have not come in yet, but I did ordered a Tennessee Oilers hat. Yeah, a Tennessee Oilers hat. Did not start it. And then I ordered a Mets hat. That's a really fun color, and it's got Mr. Met on the front of it. So,
disgusting.
I don't know if you remember this at all. This did get pretty popular, but like this was like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago or so. People on Twitter were saying the just disgusting things they would do to Mrs. Met.
Maybe I'd seen it. But...
There's a Mr. and Mrs. Met. Actually, there's some other MLB mascots will flirt with Mrs. Met. Like the Colorado Rockies mascot will flirt with Mrs. Met. We just played the Rockies, and we just played in Colorado.
Colorado.
And we stat padded there as well, which was nice because it's the longest outfield in Major League Baseball because it's 5,000 feet above sea level, so the ball just carries so far. And the ball just does not come down. So, like, the Mets were hitting 400-plus foot bombs every single game. It was multiple of them a game. We had 6 2 days ago. Pete Alonso had 2, Jeff McNeil had 2, Brayden had 1, and Francisco Alvarez had 1. So, like, just hitting nukes. Alvarez just had a kid, too. In fact, today he just got put on the paternity list, which I didn't know was a list that they had. Yeah, so he'll be on the paternity list for probably a couple of years. So, but what was it? Yeah. People want to fuck Mrs. Met. It was a pretty big thing a few years ago, but
to each their own, I guess.
To each their own. But I got Mr. Met on the hat. It looks good. I like both of the hats, but I'm especially excited for that Mets hat. It looks fantastic. So I am becoming somewhat of a hat guy. Like I'm starting to wear hats very regularly. In fact, I feel so powerful when I leave the house in like the ponytail and hat combo. I understand why women rock that shit. That feels awesome. Like ponytail and hat combo is undefeated.
Yeah. You know what I keep getting videos of? Dudes getting buzz cuts.
It's coming for me eventually.
Dude, they're fucking. It's screaming to me. Because what I want to do, I'll see if I can hold out long enough. Because I might cave sooner. But I wanted to do like on New Year's, get a buzz cut and shave my beard, my whole beard off, mustache off, and then just not have a haircut. Maybe trim the beard, keep the beard clean. We'll see. But at the very least, top of the head, not have a haircut all of the next year.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing what it turns into.
Could make a YouTube video.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe not say anything.
Besides this pod, whoever watches this pod will be privy to that information.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's true. But it'll be funny just like videos being like, I can tell what was recorded when because of this, because of his hair. Look at his hair. The hair. It'll just be a little tracking thing.
It's like what happened with Moist Critical when he was growing his hair out. Was his chat kept telling him to get a haircut. He was like, "Fuck you guys, I'm not getting a haircut." And it got so long, and he was like, "I kind of like it." And now he's been having it for years now.
Yeah.
He still hasn't gotten a haircut. Well, I mean, if he has, just been trimmed. Like his hair's been long for years.
Yeah. Which I remember short hair Charlie. I think he was hotter. I mean, obviously, what his preference, is what matters. But I think he was hotter.
I think you're right.
Now look, he looks good with long hair. He's just a good looking dude.
So, yeah. Especially when he does like the top knot. I think he looks fantastic with the top knot.
That's true.
Especially when he'll sometimes he'll work out and then he'll post a picture of him with a pump, no shirt on, with the top knot. Like that looks, he's hot as fuck.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I can absolutely I can respect that, no question about it. So he does look good with the top knot, but the top knot is almost like the illusion of short hair with a little something going on.
Yeah.
No, he does. He's a good looking dude just in general. But yeah, I think I agree that he looks good. But I don't know. Like lately, I'll be like trying to toweling my hair off, right? And then I'll have most of my hair in a towel, and I'll look at my head just with what looks like short hair, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta go back. But then I look at myself with long hair, and I'm like, nah, I love this. So I don't know. I do ultimately want to donate it eventually. That is regardless. When I cut it, it's getting donated. Because I'm not just getting a shirt. When I cut it, it's all gonna be gone, and I'll just let it grow back out a little bit. Like I had the Joe Burrow haircut, February of last year. That was the last time I got a haircut. I had the headband Joey going, and I like the way I looked with the headband Joey. But maybe I'll bring that one back after I cut my hair. I'll grow it back out and get the headband Joey. But we'll see.
If my streams ever pick up, maybe one stream will be like, hey, if we reach this goal, like donations or whatever, if we reach this goal, I'll shave, buzz, maybe we'll go bleach.
Do it.
Bleach, put a pattern in the hair.
You gotta get your balls. You gotta get highlights on your on your pubes.
Yeah, I gotta make the curtains match the drapes or whatever.
Get yourself a lightning bulb.
Carpet match the drapes.
Yeah, carpet. Get yourself a lightning bulb down there. Or a little heart design on the,
I'll just put I'll get the teardrop J that Jared Leto had, but just down there.
When you've caught a body, yeah, the teardrop.
Yeah.
Wait. Speaking of Jared Leto, he just got accused of sexual assault by a few different people.
Didn't he have a cult? Of course.
Yeah. Well, this is not surprising in the slightest. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's something I read it is something I read the other day. Well, Anthony Fantano of all people posted, which at first is like, why the fuck? And then you remember, Jared Leto had a band. So I think they toured a year ago. They were active. So I guess this is music news. I guess this counts. Speaking of Anthony Fantano, and
I had forgotten to actually check the audio levels, but we're good. I was like, wait a minute, we're recording, right?
I can hear you just fine.
I was like, he's not muted, right? Because I had been streaming and I didn't know if I had muted it or not. We're good. Oh my god, that was scary because I really thought for a second you were muted.
Okay, that's good.
Because I was like, I think I muted this and I didn't double check. I would hate to have lost this stream. This would have been a bad one to lose.
Yeah, we're on a roll so far. I feel, but what do you call it? New Lil Wayne album came out this past.
I heard his ass.
Yeah, see, that's what I haven't heard the whole album. I've just heard bits of 2 songs. One of them was the Weezer cover, which it's terrible. Yeah, it's all god awful. The other one was Peanut to an Elephant, which is the one everyone said sounded like a Crash Bandicoot level. I heard the beat and I thought it was totally fine. I thought it was fun. I thought it was maybe he's not the best voice to be on top of it, but in general, I thought the beat was solid. And I felt.
But you might like a funkier vibe than others.
I felt insane saying this because everyone else was like, this beat fucking stinks. This is a Crash Bandicoot level. This shit sucks. And then it's Somebody showed Fantano the beat, and he was like, "People don't like this. Like, this is fun." And I'm like, "Thank you." Like, I thought I was going like, he's not the Bible. Certainly, he's not gospel. It's just like, and I like people definitely put too much stock in, and he'll be the first person to tell you like he's just a dude giving his opinion. Like people
Music is like one of the most subjective art
it's
forms.
the most subjective art form. I feel like
Subjective,
yes,
that's what I meant, yeah.
all art in some capacity is subjective, sure, but like music is probably the because how do you quantify like music being better, quote unquote? Like it's very easy with movies. Like it's very easy with movies and TV. Books too, even it's pretty. It's like music.
Yeah.
It's that's a lot. Not that there can't be discussions like that to be had, certainly, but uh, not by nearly
Yeah.
as many
Like,
people.
I know
Not
you're a
nearly
big
as many
Tom
people
McDonald guy, but he's not quite like
oh,
my cup of
certainly,
tea.
Tom McDonald, Adam Calhoun, Dax. That's my wheelhouse right there.
Yeah, the
Uh,
fact that you named guys, I've heard of Dax, I've never heard of Mr. Calhoun.
Adam Calhoun and Tom McDonald have a couple of collab albums. They're called Racism and Racism Two Electric Boogaloo.
Is that
But
actually what they named it?
no,
Oh.
that's what the albums are. So that's what
I was like, but the thing is, this was crazy. I wouldn't have blinked if you told me Tom McDonald had an album called Racism. I'd have been like,
Yeah, of
what
course
the?
not.
Okay, he's making
No,
a statement.
yeah, I've never sat down and listened to a Tom McDonald album by myself because why the fuck would I like? People will do this thing when somebody like they don't like releases a new album. They'll listen to it day of just to hate, and I'm like, not that I can't respect a good hate watch, but and it's not like Spotify pays their artists anyway, so like you're giving him like half a penny listening to the album, so it's not the worst thing in the world. But like, do we have to platform this? If you hate it that much, just ignore it, and it'll go away eventually. You know what I mean? But like, stop spreading it around. I don't want to see Tom McDonald on my feed for any reason. I don't care if I know the album sucks. It's a Tom McDonald album. You don't have to tell me it's bad. I knew
And
that.
it's like, what kind of hate do they have? Do they deserve? Because it's not like if you hate Taylor Swift, I get that, but that's just a different kind of hate you should have.
Right. There's levels to this.
Although, dude, nothing gets me fucking grooving like old school Taylor.
That's fair.
Love Story, Our Song, You Belong With Me. Just takes over.
I think most of her music is pretty good. At least pretty good. They're like what only music that stinks is the last two.
She's
albums.
good.
Like
the thing is just like, do you think she's the level of artist that should be that level of famous? That maybe there's a discrepancy there, but like she is good.
no, but at the same time, like the only way you're going to be that famous is if your music has mass appeal, and you do at some point have to sacrifice quality for that like lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
Like not that popular music can't be good. Like I do generally consider myself to be a populist. Plenty of good music still out there that gets popular naturally, but not a lot of like truly incredible music. So
the stuff you're gonna connect with most is gonna be more specific because it's just gonna apply to more things about you.
Unless you're a very uninteresting person, and then Taylor Swift is like, there's plenty of people out there that is what resonates with them completely, and it's like do your thing. I don't think I want to share any space with you though.
Well, because like I said, I like Taylor Swift, but when I see it like on a girl's like dating profile, it's a point of emphasis for them. I go,
that's one of the four horsemen.
No, you're annoying.
That's the fifth horseman right there. I don't remember what we settled on the four horsemen.
Oh my god.
It was definitely
most irrational fear men.
Yeah, Helen Keller. It wasn't real.
Helen Keller. I think, something about yapping.
Take me on a boat and yapping. I think were the four.
Well, boat wasn't on mine. I don't see boats over here.
Well, okay, fair enough. I see him here.
Mine's either like, it's like first round's on me. Oh, bedrot. Jesus, there's a lie. It's on me. It's on me if never.
So we've got six. Like neutrally applicable
things I'm looking for. Dude, there's a lot of things I'm looking for, and it'll be like a man, and the man is capitalized.
Sure.
And I'm like,
I don't hate that. Like that's. I wouldn't. That would be kind of like that would.
Well, we're just talking about like seeing everywhere. I see that everywhere.
I actually did get a Hinge match recently. Crazy enough, the first match I've gotten since I've been back on Hinge, but been talking pretty steadily. She's a very nice lady. She likes going to this club that I also like going to, and she hasn't been in a while. I haven't, so maybe that's something that'll.
Right now I'm sitting at 3 matches. One of them is like, I'm not on here much. Here's my Instagram, and I'm like, I'm not talking to you. It just, I don't know, anytime they try to immediately, like, push you to their social media, I'm just like, alright, what are we here for? What are we really doing? It's a red flag for me.
I mean, I definitely prefer talking on social media to talking on Hinge, personally, at least. Like, I don't like.
Also, if it's in their bio, like on their actual profile as well.
No, hell no.
Because theirs was as well. That's compounded.
Because that kind of defeats the purpose of being on the app in the first place.
Yeah. Well, it's just hard for me not to think like either you're here just to like boost followers or I'm about to get sold something.
Right. Well, that's another one. Is that when you see the link tree.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I
a Cash App in their profile.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like, I think you're a dude on the other end.
1.3 seconds, I'm out. But
then I have 2 other matches that I feel like some girls just match because they're like, that was an interesting line. I'm not actually interested, but that was an interesting line match because I'm like, nothing else has happened since we matched. Like, what are we? I get pity matched. What is this?
I matched with this lady over the new Ethel Cain song, so I'm in good hand. So.
Allstate. Are you in good hands?
I guess that song came out after the last pod. It was a banger. I can talk about it later. But fuck. Oh yeah. Wait, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, no. We're just fucking talking about the completely repetitive shit we see on Hinge. Let me just open it right now. Let me just see. Oh, I see this one a lot recently. 2 truths and a lie. I'm honey. Sorry, I'm honey. I combined 2 words. I'm funny, hot, and mentally sane. All right, I've been seeing that one a lot.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I'm in the pit of despair. Anytime you download Hinge, you're just like, all right, let's jump into
it is the Sisyphus app. It is like one must imagine Sisyphus happy. The boulder.
They're like the app designed to be deleted, but they didn't. They forgot to put in the marketing and then re-download and then delete again and then re-download and then delete again. It's actually in the fine print if you squint.
Yeah. If you read all of it, you'll see. One must.
You meet God by the time you read all of it, dude. Yeah. Do you want to cut deep?
Let's cut deep. Let's penetrate.
All right. I was looking at the box. The deep and deeper stacks are like this thick, and then the icebreaker stack is like this thick. I don't know why there's so fewer. Because I know maybe we had doubled up on some icebreakers, but not enough to cause that big of a difference.
I don't know.
All right, icebreaker. Have you ever experienced deja vu? Describe what happened. I constantly, not constantly, but like very strongly have memories of like seeing something in a dream and then seeing it in real life.
Absolutely.
Mainly around moving and like having different houses. Like I definitely remember being in a house for the first time and getting hit with a strong wave of deja vu and being like, holy shit, I've seen this.
When I was in kindergarten, this is crazy. When I was in kindergarten, I had a classmate who missed almost. I knew him in preschool, and we ended up going to the same kindergarten. And I knew him. What do you call it? We were still good friends, like beginning of kindergarten. He got a tumor, like missed almost the entire school year. And I had a dream because after kindergarten I went to a different school. And I had a dream while I was heading there that he would show up at the new school too, and he did, but he was a grade back, and of course he was in the special needs class because he the the software wasn't working quite the same way after they removed the tumor.
Fuck.
I mean, terrible that shit. He was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
But that was my first like strong memory of like having a precognitive dream, and I do get them every now and again.
Yeah, it's to the point where like I definitely believe there's something to dreams. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I think there's more to them than just like whatever they are scientifically.
Yeah.
I think that, which is one of the reasons I'm doing this dream journal. Not because I think I'll be able to predict things or whatever, because I don't think it's all future related as well. I think it can be either like, I don't know, just like if you believe in a higher power or whatever, like maybe something is trying to get across to you,
Yeah.
messaging wise in a dream. I believe that I believe there's something more to dreams, but I'm not really sensing anything in mine right now. Yeah. In one dream, I almost joined the Marine Corps. Emphasis on almost, like I didn't even join it in the dream.
Even in the dream, you're like, I don't know.
What the dream was. I talked to a recruiter and I was like, oh, God, I don't want to do this.
Man, I don't think this is a good idea.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if this ever happened, but sometimes in my dreams, like the character, I'm gonna call him the character, like changes who they are. Like they were within the same role, like they were doing the same stuff, and they're the same person, but like at one point it was like this teacher, and then it was my mom, but it was still the same character, but I don't even know how to describe it.
It's like your brain is tricking you into thinking this is somebody, but it's actually somebody or whatever.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, dreams are trippy. And I think in this last one, the one that I remembered, I just remember stealing cookie dough out of the fridge. Like it was like a big like almost loaf of bread style cookie dough, and like I realized I wasn't the first person to steal from it, because you look on the underside and it's like getting scooped out almost, but like
incredible use of free will.
Yeah, I just want to steal the fuck out of this cookie dough. Because that's one of the ones, because it was like a candy store / bookstore, or it was a bookstore and then turned into a candy store, one of the two. But the owner was the same person, but it changed from being like a random person to my mom. Yeah.
Speaking of like incredible use of free will, I had started a new two-way player road to the show the other day, and this was my second game pitching in AA, and I was trying to get the third out, and this batter just kept foul tipping. Even the pitches that I would throw a good bit outside the strike zone, he would foul tip them. And I got so mad that he just kept fouling off my pitches. I threw a cutter directly at his head because I just I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So I threw one at his head, and I hit by pitch. That was the first base runner I had allowed. Was a guy that I just threw it, fucking domed him with it because I got sick of him, and then I got the next batter out much faster. Yeah, expert use of free will. That felt awesome. But I had something else on the docket that I was going to talk about. I don't remember. But we can just move on to the deeper.
Deep.
Or yes, give me deep.
We're only one card in, baby. This is so open-ended, and like, okay, what's something you're passionate about? Why? We've been doing like 80 podcast episodes. We've talked about our passions.
Let's think of like a niche passion, something you maybe don't talk about a lot.
Niche one, alright.
Let me think of something here.
Fuck, because with the YouTube channel and the podcast, I feel like if I've been passionate about something, it's come out,
For me, it's small animals. Like, I remember this, like, last year, 4th of July, I went to go get my mail, and I saw my neighbor hand feeding a squirrel, and I'm thinking, like, like any firework launching holidays, the number of rodents, especially squirrels, that die every day, like, because they either get a heart attack from the noise, or they end up running around freaking out and they can't find their way back to where they're supposed to be. Like, a lot of them croak. So I don't know. I always say hi to the squirrels when I see them when I get home from work. In general, I try to be friends to creatures big and small. I think they were here first, as far as I'm concerned. So I try to stay out the way. Like there was a duck crossing the road the other day as I was getting home, and like crossing the street in my apartment. I was already in the apartment complex, and the duck was walking, and I'm stopped waiting for the duck to go, and the duck just stops for a second, and I'm like, Take your time, bro. Like you do what you got to do. This world was not designed for you. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, dude,
You,
there's
you can
this
be into
dog.
it if you want.
There's this neighbor dog that definitely keeps trying to kill itself. It keeps sitting or standing on the road right outside of my house, and I'm like, bro, please, fucking go somewhere else. It's like one time he was laying down on the road, and I was like, dude, it's dark. Luckily, it's like a white dog, like it's not like a black dog blending in. But I was like, dude, if I was a little groggier, maybe I wouldn't have seen you. You gotta fucking be somewhere else, please, dude.
Oh, I had this thought today. It's a bit off topic, but I mean, you did mention
Oh, yeah.
power, and I did want to touch on this because I was just a random thought I had at work, but I was, generally I don't really believe in eternal damnation. I don't think infinite punishment for a finite crime is just something that makes sense. And I was thinking about it a little bit today, and not necessarily like heaven and hell, but maybe if you live a good life and there's got to be a level of personal acceptance too that you're ready to move on. Um, then you end up moving on. But I think for people that don't live a good life, I like to think that they get sent back down and try again.
Hmm. I like that.
Not that this is like a new belief. It's just something I thought about today. I'm like, well,
Right.
if that's how that works, that's pretty cool. Just something I was thinking about, something I was pondering. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice thought. If that's what it is.
Yeah.
But something I'm passionate about. Shit.
Let these fine folks know.
I'm fucking passionate about Diddy Kong, and he's not in the fucking new
Yes.
Mario Kart game that's $80.
God.
Luckily for me, it was $50 essentially because I got the bundle. Which
Yo,
$50?
Free Diddy.
No, for real, Diddy Kong. My guess, theory time. Next month, Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. I wonder if month in, big month update, or like here's stuff, Diddy Kong gets added in, along with maybe either other characters or tracks or something. Like maybe they do a little promotional tie-in with the game,
Yeah.
and we get Diddy Kong. That's my hope. It's my dream. That's my theory. Because I fucking love Diddy Kong. Because he was my main back in Mario Kart Wii.
Big fan.
First Mario Kart game ever. It's not the first video game I played, but had like partial claim in. Because it was like the kid's gift from the parents that year was the Wii with Mario Kart. Yeah, I've been with bro ever since then. So that was like, I think we got it like 2008. Give or take, so 17 years of Diddy Kong.
My Mario Kart characters are always either a little guy, just a little guy, or a real big guy.
Yeah, my backup is Monty.
Yeah. Yeah, I like.
Focus on my bro. Focus on my bro.
I'm a big dry bones kind of guy. That was my first ever Mario Kart main, and he is in the game this year, which is nice.
Yes.
The roster in general, honestly, the only thing it's missing is Diddy Kong. It's a great roster.
For real, if it had him, I'd have been like, this is the best roster I've
It's
ever
the
seen.
perfect roster. Yeah.
I like the fucking, because you have all your classics, and then you also have like fucking the Moo Meadows cow and Piranha Plant and all these other little guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I also got these mini cupcakes to celebrate the Switch 2 when it came. So it was sitting. These were sitting there for a little while, staring at me.
Can I hold them?
Well, yeah. Here, I'll take this off for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Here, I'll feed it to you. Meow. Good boy.
It was very good. All right, bro. Is that a home run? Fuck. Shit.
Fuck.
Shit.
Bitch.
Yeah, shake myself, carriage.
Yeah, this was definitely insult to injury when I was waiting for the fucking Switch 2 to come. Because like I said, these were to celebrate it. And I was like opening up cupcakes as it was going. I was like, hey, we just got the Switch 2, let's celebrate. Which I did do in that stream. We got it. Ooh, first time playing Mario Kart. Let's see the fucking cupcake. Let's celebrate. Yo, first win in Mario Kart. Let's see the fucking cupcake. But as I had to wait for the Switch 2,
Yeah.
These were just fucking staring at me. I'm gonna knock 2 back.
I mean, knock 1 back. You fed me the other one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Let's see. Let's get deeper. Let's get deeper. In conversations, do you tend to listen or talk more? So obviously conversations are very unique to the people in them and all of that. So broad. If you had to pick one or the other, as you do more broadly, which one are you picking? I would guess for me, listen more. I think I listen more than I talk. Obviously, I'm very talkative and I can be loud when I am, but
I definitely try to listen more when I'm having those one-on-one conversations, because I like learning about other people. At the end of the day, especially if I'm getting to know somebody. Go ahead, tell me everything. Like, I'll let you keep going. So
your friends who watched a video we did together apparently would be saying, "I definitely
you
talk
too
more."
much. They watched the first pod and they said you talk too much. Yeah, I remember. They were like, "Bro, he won't shut the fuck up."
It's a fucking podcast. What do you want from me?
It's a podcast. That's the only objective is to.
And then
speak.
also, I had been making videos up to that point, talking on camera. You hadn't as much. Yeah, I guess I'll be the one to talk a little more at that point.
Yeah,
we found it now.
we're getting there.
But we're there.
We're there.
We're there, dog.
New ride. New era. New home. New horizons.
We're in a golden age, dude.
Do we? Is it top 3 time?
Yeah, dude, it's top 3 time.
I always forget. It feels like something's missing. It's because it is. It's because we retired the.
Yeah. We shout out Wavelength. Rest in peace, Wavelength.
My dog for all pulling out for you. Not actually.
But now it's time for top 3 of the week. White boys.
Yes, sir. It's summertime. It's coming. It's white boy summer. It's always white boy summer.
I was gonna say white boy summer. Contrary to the name, white boy summer is not tied to the calendar. It is a state of mind.
A state of mind.
For a guy like me, it's always white boy summer. Year round.
You know, I'm going to need to go thrifting before we really kick off white boy summer. And the reason for that, a few weeks ago, my sluttiest pair of 5-inch inseam shorts tore right where my balls are. And I had a slew of people tell you might have even been one of them. I don't know.
I did. I literally told you that.
I had 3 or 4 people DM me like, "Isn't that a good thing?" Or like something along the lines of like, "Well, they got."
Let's see if I can. Oh, it's on the other account. I can't find it.
This is a goal. I'll probably be able to pull it. But like,
I didn't even talk about that. My fucking Instagram account died.
Rest in peace. But
my personal Instagram account is dead. I don't know what happened. I'm still trying to fix it. I've taken a break from trying because I've been busy, but I'm gonna go back to trying to get that account back. I'm just having to resort to my like YouTube, Instagram.
But I had quite a few people message me along the lines of like, "Isn't that a good thing?"
Dude, go to ours. I definitely was one of them.
Slut in theory, never in practice. All right, let's make that abundantly
Lover boy.
clear. I'm a real lover, right? The idea is that I want to look sexy, but I don't ever want to give off the impression that I'm actually open to casual sex. I'm not. I've never been. I've never had casual sex. It's not something I want to do. So, you know, I don't want to. If I show up to the club wearing pants that have a giant rip where the balls are, I'm just free balling at the club. I'm gonna send the wrong vibe. Somebody's gonna think I want to get laid that night. Maybe I do, but I don't want to give in to that temptation, and I don't want somebody to offer it. So, you know, not that I'm not infallible. I'm capable of having a moment of weakness. I don't want to though. So, this ump is very generous with these strike calls, my guy. So I need to go thrifting. I need to go find me another slutty pair of 5-inch.
I need to figure out what thrift stores are around here. I know I've seen them on Google Maps, like there's some relatively close, but I gotta see what's actually out here.
I have an identical pair, to the ones that ripped, but they're not like the ones that ripped were this really nice green. The ones that are still intact are like brown, and it's a nice shade of brown, but it's not nearly as slutty as like the like turquoise colored fucking.
That is like the sluttiest of five. I think
That's
the
what I'm
5-inch
saying. Like 5-inch turquoise, like that's slutty. That's like you're a whore. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to look like a whore, and I like brown. That almost looks like you look like a poser wearing brown 5-inch.
That or office whore, like.
Yeah. What's even the point? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I gotta find another. I'll find an even sluttier pair than this. Also, they ripped while I was at work, so it's not like that was a good time for them to rip the.
Yeah, that's not when you want to be slutty.
No, I was wearing the Daisy Dukes at work. I'm already pushing boundaries as it is.
I was literally thinking, I was like, you can wear those at work?
I don't want them to tear open at work. That's not ideal.
Did you just have to waddle to your manager and be like, yo, my fucking pants ripped, I gotta go?
No, it would happen like after lunch, so I'm like, I only got a couple hours left. I can just make it through the day and go home.
You were like, God, it's fucking breezy in here, dude.
Okay, Blue, this man's just calling everything a strike. This is bullshit. The Mets started playing at 7:10. I got it muted. It's just glancing over it. But yeah, I gotta find me another pair. One of these days. All
right, top 3. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Sunday. This Sunday, I think is when I'll try to go thrift exploring in the morning. I think Sunday morning, thrift explore. Sunday, middle of the day, we'll be editing the video. Sunday night stream.
Yeah.
But anyways, top 3 white boys.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Sure.
Number 3. This man can continue to climb, but I disliked this individual. Like a more like fun internet kind of like dislike, I'd say, but I love this man now. I didn't know the truth. I didn't get the obsession with this man's attractiveness. But then I saw him
top 3 as well, by the way.
But then I saw him in a role, and my whole opinion shifted. And then I've seen him talk ball. My number 3, who could continue to climb, Timothée Chalamet.
Yes, sir.
That is my number 3.
Number 3 as well. So I'm glad we're on the same page.
Seeing him in Dune.
Handsome man.
In Dune 2, delivered a speech. I was like, I gotta come back to the theater to see this in theaters again.
He was talking about Maction on College Game Day. That's my dog right there.
Ball nowhere.
I do have a couple honorable mentions. One of them dropped out because he just threw a 2-run homer ball. Honorable mentions being David Peterson, Clay Holmes, and on the fence right now because of what he just did, Griffin Canning. 3 Mets pitchers that aren't the ace that all have an earned run average of below 3, which is insane. The Mets have 4 pitchers in top 10 in the National League in earned run average. So, and 3 of them are white boys. One of them's playing right now, Griffin Canning. Unfortunately, he just pitched a 2-run homer in the first inning, so he's fringe honorable mention right now. But shout out Clay Holmes, shout out David Peterson, DP. We just got DP. Love me some DP, great pitcher. But that's the honorable mentions. But yeah, number 3, top 3 white boy, Timothée Chalamet. Ball nowhere. This man had this man had Kylie Jenner in Indianapolis on a Friday night. All right,
New York's finest.
Generational talent.
He is New York's finest.
Yeah, King of New York. I'll say King of New York. King of New York. I think him and who else would even be in contention for King of New York? It's probably just Timothée Chalamet. You could say Jalen Brunson, but I think it's Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. So number two. What are you looking at?
My number 2. I don't need to build him up right now because I build him up to start every single podcast. My number 2, white boy, Jacob Avillion.
I appreciate you, big dog.
We've got 80 episodes of evidence as to why. And if you've made it this far in the video, you see as to why. He's one of my best friends. Love this man.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 white boy, Jacob Avillion. Your number 2.
Number 2, I just watched him fly out a second ago, but that doesn't change my opinion of him. He's got 5 home runs in the month of June already. Pride Month, Pete, baby. Pete Alonso. Uh, awesome white boy right there. One of the greatest in the game right now. Big fan. I've been watching baseball a little over a month now. I know it's not roller for you, but I'm having a good time with it. Pete Alonso's been a big reason why. One of my favorite players on this team. Uh, yeah, just I'll even let him share a spot here with Brayden because I totally forgot to even mention Beatty earlier. And Beatty's not my number 1. But I do love me some Brayden as well. Just homered the other day.
I can't wait to find out who your number 1 is.
But yeah, shout out Pete Alonso in particular, especially in this especially to start the month of June so far. He just won National League Player of the Week, announced today, because through the first week of June so far, he has 5 home runs, 15 runners batted in. His batting average, I think, is 400. So ridiculous, fucking ridiculous. He's that dude. Shout out Peter Morgan Alonso. You're number 1, sir. I think I know who it is. But,
Do you?
like you still love him. It's not his fault what happened to him.
I didn't include athletes. I didn't. Not like an intentional thing. I just didn't.
Oh shit. Oh okay.
My number 1 was given an impossible task, and he was hated for it. Hated by the older generation. But now the younger generation has gotten older and gotten way more vocal about their love for this individual. And he's gotten the shine he deserves recently. And if you see him, especially in these movies he was in, oh my God, what an attractive man. And he has aged beautifully. I mean, beautifully. Actually, you know what? It reminds me of something I wanted to talk about as well. My number 1 white boy, I went with Hayden Christensen.
You're not going to believe this.
I think I believe it. I think I believe it.
I was going to say Anakin Skywalker. I wasn't going to say Hayden Christensen, but I was going to say, like, initially when we first, before the pod, because I didn't have any of these written down, these were all just off the dome. Mm-hmm. One of my initial first 3 was Anakin Skywalker was going to be number 3.
Dude, I pitched this idea just thinking about Hayden. Yeah, that's, and also I was thinking about it.
That dude, I love him.
Because there's been like arguments about like the Force Ghost at the end of episode 6, whether it should be the old one or the Hayden Christensen one. First of all, he had spent half his life in the light side and the dark side. Also, that's just a separate point. But the ghost that we see is like a maybe. That's what he might have looked like if he wasn't burnt. He never actually looked like that. The old ghost never looked like that. He did look like Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, at least at some point. But also, seeing how Hayden Christensen is aged, that is definitely a lot closer to what Anakin would have looked like at that age than that old dude that we saw at the end of episode 6.
Anakin.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like just in terms of how he aged, like it's just so much. It throw a wrinkle on him or two, and that's just exactly what he looks like now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's aged great. He's now able to feel the love from the fandom that he didn't get to when he was first taken on the role.
Yeah. Like 23 years old or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, essentially our age.
Yeah. Around
there. Yeah, Hayden Christensen. When I think white boy, when I think of top white boys and elite white boys, people just throw out white boy. That's who comes to my mind. I'm like, that's one of them ones.
Premium white boy.
Yeah, the premium. Him and like Tom Welling from Smallville. When you think of like when ladies are talking about how men used to look, they're like, why haven't we gotten a Hayden Christensen or Tom in a minute?
Got Timothy Chalamet.
He don't look like them.
No, he don't look like that.
But this podcast is about to become very gay, which is fine. Yeah, Hayden Christensen, maybe him at his peak, and he's not far. He really has aged incredibly well. Like it's not even that far off from how he is now. But at his peak, might be the most attractive man ever. And they paired him up with at her peak, also like one of the most attractive women ever. Insane.
She's beautiful.
Oh
She's
my
still
god.
beautiful. Not
Still.
gorgeous.
The casting director was like, let's just go hot. Let's as hot as we possibly can.
Let's just make him hot as fuck.
Find me the hottest people alive.
Bring me the
Because they probably went, we need a woman who, it's believable, would cause the creation of the greatest villain of all time from how hot she was.
If
And
I
then,
fumbled Natalie Portman,
yeah.
I
And
would become a
then,
genocidal dictator.
for her side of things, they were like, we need a man that's so hot you would look past all these red flags. And it was like, yeah, only Hayden Christensen could pull this off.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense. Like, I get it.
He's the only man that you could hear the line like, and I killed them, but not just the men, women and children, and be like, I'll still ride it.
I hit that. Yeah, for sure.
I'm still there. I'm still here, baby. Like you needed a man that hot.
Yeah, it was a necessity. Soon I shall have a new apprentice, one far younger and more sexy.
Yeah.
But my number one. Before we're ready to move on.
Yeah. Well, you said yours was.
No, I haven't. No. I said originally he was going to be here.
Oh, originally was going to be. Oh, okay. That's why I kind of, because I thought you were saying that was also your number one.
No. Originally he was going to be in here, but I had to make room for somebody else.
Okay.
Number one spot. Number one. He's number one in my heart. He's number one in the hearts of everyone watching this video. Brayden McClellan.
Shut the fuck up.
Number one white boy.
I put you at number 2 and you were like, oh, fuck.
Nah, you were at number 1, but when we started. Listen, by the time we started this.
Well, thank you.
That's the top white boy on the planet to me personally. What's up? She agrees. You got the Onyx cosign. Listen.
I'm allergic to compliments, I guess.
Must be it. Hi, baby.
Appreciate it. Love you.
Yeah, love you, partner.
I think now it's time for what we've been on. Do you want to start us off?
I'm listening to music. Actually, the only new album I listened to from this last week was the new McKinley Dixon album. I haven't heard the new Addison Rae yet, and I don't say that sarcastically. I mean, the singles she's been putting out over the last year or so have actually been really good. So I do want to listen to this album at some point. New Little Sims album.
That's not surprising because, like, when you have that fame to start off with, like your early stuff that's supposed to be you getting better, like already has like a lot of attention to it. So it's like, well, I haven't actually built my craft yet. You guys are just seeing the very early work, and now if they keep up with it, eventually, if they keep having that, because they have the financial support, eventually, like if they're really passionate about it, they can become. They will get better.
Pete Alonso just smacked the guy's ass. Like, he was trying to tag him because Griffin Canning was, like, checking him on first base to make sure his leadoff wasn't too long, so he was trying to throw him out. And Alonso almost got him. He caught the ball and just, like, smacked his ass with it, trying to tag him out. Yeah, how can you not be romantic about baseball? What was I going to say?
Sexist.
Yeah, no. Sure. Addison Rae also has a really good music taste. Like, somebody's got like a Spotify like tracker or whatever of like somebody's like tracks what she listens to, and we'll post about it, like what she's got on. Somebody made a playlist out of it, and like, it's just a bunch of heat. Like, I think
I would hate that.
No, it's a terrible thing to have.
Because you can never like experiment with something because they don't know if you actually liked it or not if you listen to it. You can
always turn on the private session. Then nobody can see what you listen to. But also private sessions don't count towards your like listens for your week or your month or the end of the year or whatever. Like, Spotify does not log those as minutes that you listen to. So it's weird.
They don't pay the artist off of those.
Oh shit!
No, I don't know.
No, I'm sure they do, but it's still fun to think about.
But with how little they pay the artist, maybe they don't.
You don't pay for private session, actually. So we don't do that.
Don't do that over here, boy. Bitch made boy.
Boy.
So you've been listening to music?
Been listening to music. Yeah, today I was listening to a couple LCD Sound System albums. I was listening to Black Star by David Bowie again. Listened to The Glow Part 2 again by the Microphone. Four of my favorite albums ever put on today. And I've been
Good
listening to a lot of
show.
music the last few weeks or so. I've been listening to a lot of music. But, not a ton to report, I think, on that front. As far as other media goes, I started watching Cowboy Bebop. Only watched the first 3 episodes or so. I was fucking with a friend of mine to make him think I was watching the live action.
Yeah. I saw you talk about that.
I told him I told him I'd started Cowboy Bebop, and then I was like, yeah, a lot of Dutch angles in this in this show. And then I was like, I forget the actor's name, but I know he's also in Star Trek because I googled him just to have something else to say. I'm like, I liked him in Star Trek, but if I gotta be honest, the show kind of stinks. And he's like, "Well, are you watching a live action?" I'm like, "Is there a better show I'm supposed to be watching?" But
he didn't buy it for a second. The whole time he was like, "I know you're fucking with me. You gotta be fucking with me. You're fucking with me."
Tagged his ass out, yeah. But no, he didn't buy it.
He's like, "I know you're not this dumb."
Yeah, put on a convincing enough performance. Eventually he's like, "Are you watching live action?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." He's like, I don't believe you.
He's like, "I know you're not an idiot."
I don't believe you. So, no, he caught me. I was not watching the action, of course. Watching the actual show. The live action is terrible, from what I've heard. It is absolutely abysmal. I haven't watched it because I haven't watched the original yet. But I've heard the live action is like one of the worst live action ever. Another example of stop making shit live action. We don't need any fucking live action remake.
Yeah.
Especially not shot at Dutch angles the entire time. But that is something I heard as well. Is like almost every single shot is at a Dutch angle.
That should be a top 3 of the week we do. We have to force ourselves to pick top 3 things we want to see a live action remake of.
Oh man, I don't even. I got an easy number 1. In terms of like actually wanting to see it,
Yeah.
I got an easy number 1. Yeah, no question. No, I would
and not like book adaptations, like from other like animated.
Yeah, from an animated
pieces
TV
of
show
work. Yeah.
Yeah, I have one already. Number 1 is easy. Okay, we can do this next week. I got that shit locked.
All right. We'll forget. We
Probably,
had one.
Yeah.
The Lost Banger, dude. It's floating around somewhere.
One of these days, we're gonna remember it. We're not gonna remember that we had already thought of it before, but we're just gonna remember. One of us is gonna think of it, and it's gonna get done.
Yeah.
But let me write it down right now.
Because I think it was your idea too.
It was, and I couldn't remember what it was. Hopeful live action adaptation. I'll write this down. I already have my number 1. I'll write that down too.
Can it already have live action adaptations?
I would say probably not, because it kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Well, because what if it was so bad? You're like, no, this can't be good. I know it can be good.
If it's something you legitimately think could be like done really, well, I mean, typically anything. But I don't know, if you think like there's a specific like reason it can be done well in live action, sure. If you can explain it, like whatever, have some fun with it.
Okay, I can't think of anything right now. Well, I'll be pondering this week.
Yeah. All right, I'll hold on to that.
Hold on, baby girl.
What else? I think that's about it for me as far as what I've been on. What you been on?
Okay, so me and baby Gabe went to go see a movie. What was it called? Bring Her Back, I think is what it was called. Like horror thriller type movie. Pretty good. I had a really good time. I don't really watch movies like that, so this was a more unique experience for me. But I had a good time watching it. It was like this woman takes these 2 like foster kids in and tries to use one of them to like put the spirit of her deceased kid into.
Yeah.
But it was it was really good. And there were child actors in there that could act.
Oh hell yeah!
Not always the case.
More often than not, let's say.
Yeah, more often than not. But man, both all the kids in there, man, they fucking acted their ass off, dude. They were all great. They must have, because one of the things is that one of the girls is blind. The actress must have been blind. I don't know how else she's doing that with her eyes. unless she's not like one would like. I don't know how to describe it, but she must have actually been blind. And then so that was that, and then just gaming. Mario Kart World, sick. Mario Kart World is a lot of fun. $80, we'll see. We'll see. If there's free content updates, I could see it being worth the 80. If there's not, and then they come out with paid DLC, big problem if they do that.
They're gonna charge you $5 for Diddy Kong a month from now.
I literally said on stream, I was like, if they do these free content updates, that'll be great. If I get Diddy Kong, I'll be happy. Would I pay for Diddy Kong? Yes. Don't tell Nintendo. Do not tell Nintendo, but I would pay for Diddy Kong.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. They're going to charge you, and I know what you're going to pay for.
I will pay for Diddy. I'll only pay for Diddy Kong now.
I was saying, I don't know any of the character I would want to pay for that's not already on the roster. Like, if they gave me, like, a $5... I don't even have the game, but it's, like, $5 Dry Bones DLC if you weren't already in the game. Yeah, I'd do it. Wouldn't feel good about it, but I'd do it.
Like, you fucking... Take my fucking piece of shit. Yeah, but that... Okay, so I played that. I played Soul Calibur 2 on the GameCube, like, emulator they have there. That was a lot of fun. It was just playing as Link. Probably going to play more of it. It was pretty fun. Played... What's that? I played a bit of F-Zero on the GameCube emulator. That was cool. Hard to control, though. We'll see. Maybe once I get this GameCube controller, maybe it's just meant to just be fucking played on a GameCube controller. We'll see. I started up Pokemon Violet. I didn't get to play as much as I wanted to because I was having stream difficulties with it.
Did you choose Fuecoco again, or did you choose somebody else's time?
I definitely... Because I never beat it, so I definitely picked Fuecoco still.
Yeah,
what I want to do is I want to attach like Velcro to the top of like one of my shirts here on the shoulder, and then to the bottom of his feet pads, like plushie over here, and just like put him on there when I record. Although it'll probably just like fling back if I had to guess, but I'll still try it. And then I played a game called Bravely Default, which is like this like JRPG with Bryce Papenbrook as the main actor in it. But it seems like a lot of fun. It's definitely it's very different from the games I usually play, so we'll see. And then I played some Street Fighter 6 on stream, which was all right. It's not my kind of game. If it gains any traction, the stream I did of it, then maybe I'll play more of it. But if not, I probably won't play that game again. The last two I named were like keycard games, which I don't like. I want to have the game I paid for, shockingly enough.
Yeah.
Like someone said, if buying something isn't owning it, then pirating it isn't stealing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the one company you really shouldn't feel bad about pirating from is Nintendo, because they never drop their...
Well, these ones aren't actually Nintendo, but you are. I mean, you're still correct. I will say, just like
as a several years old game.
Yeah.
That shit's $1 billion anyways. Like, Nintendo's the only company where the prices go up the longer a game's been out, because it becomes novelty at some point. So like,
yeah,
just fucking steal it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just times where stealing and pirating is just like, it just makes sense.
I still haven't finished Let's Go Eevee. I need to do that one of these days.
Yeah, that's another one I kind of wanted to do on stream. We'll see. Maybe at some point I'll get around to it. But the only thing is, like, I'm glad I bought Breath of the Wild, because they needed to know that that's the direction they needed to take Zelda in, and then it got us Tears of the Kingdom, which I really enjoyed. So just be mindful of what do you actually want to reward.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else I've been on. I think that's about it for me. You good?
Yeah. I started playing Cyberpunk again the other day, which I do every once in a while. Just a great game. Yeah, it's phenomenal game. But I think it's raining. But that's it for me. I mean, I'm good to tap out if you are.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's been the pod. Next week, hopefully, it's even more colorful in the background here with Power Ranger toys and more displays popping up to make the background all pretty. Keep tuned for One Day with the Switch, which I depending on how this might be out after it, depending on how I decide to upload these. Yeah, keep an eye out for one day with the Switch video for my full, more collected thoughts on the Switch. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please comment anything down below. Subscribe, obviously, like the video. But as always, man, keep gaming and fuck Nico Harrison.
Stay hydrated as well.
That too.